lot of people try to think that they can feel it or anybody can feel it. No, you can't feel it. Like, what? Do you feel a baby when it's in your uterus? No. You cannot feel. What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. Today it's just me. If you're new here, my name is Lex. Look at my hair, guys. Y'all like my hair like this? This right here, why my edge is falling out now. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Oh, and if you want to see this look, it's in my previous video. So today, first and foremost, I wanted to share my story because when I was looking for, you know, like when you get birth control, especially after you have children, after you've had kids, you really want to find a birth control, like a more permanent solution. You really want to do like thorough research before you commit to a long-term birth control. So when I was searching for what birth controls I wanted, you know, obviously everybody goes to Google and everybody goes to YouTube. And, you know, your doctor tells you the manufacturer's rundown of it. They don't really give you, well, mine didn't anyways. She was a good doctor and everything, but mine didn't really give me, like, that in-depth rundown of it. So after I had my third child, I went back and forth. Should I get my tubes tied? Should I not? No. My husband was like, no. And I was like, thinking about asking around, like, what was it like when you got your tubes tied and stuff, and the experience, all it, and not one person said it's great. Like, not one person told me that. So I was like, okay, maybe not. And I'm still young. I'm still in my childbearing ages. So tying my tubes, that was out the window before I even had my third. But I was debating probably like all the way up, like right before I had them. I had them in October. You have to wait 8 weeks, and it put me in the week of Christmas. So when I had them, they, you know, no, we're not going to tie the tubes. And the hospital that I had them at, they are a Catholic hospital. So they don't do certain birth controls, and they do not tie tubes. Like, you have to go to a whole nother hospital to do that. So I already knew I wasn't going to be getting birth control right when I had my child. My first child that I had, I think while I was in the hospital, like, they literally gave me a shot in my leg for the Depo. We're going to be talking about my experience with the Paraguard IUD. So we got to take it back, take it all the way back. So after my first child, I was getting Depo shots every 3 months. For a little while. For a while, I was getting Depo shots. Then I didn't really like the Depo because I was waking up like a grump. Waking up grumpy. Who wants to wake up grumpy? Like, mood swings. I think when I first had the Depo shot, it made me bleed heavy. And then they gave me some medicine, and then I never bled heavy after that. But, so I've tried the Depo. I've tried the NuvaRing. I think I tried the NuvaRing. I think that was the shortest run I've had with birth control, the NuvaRing. Because it was just too much, you know? I don't really like that high maintenance stuff. Like, I might look high maintenance, but I promise I'm not. I don't really like the NuvaRing. You know, you have to put it in at a certain time, take it out at a certain time, put them in the refrigerator. Like, that's too much going on. That's too much going on. So I couldn't. No, that didn't work. I think for a little bit I took birth control pills. That was awful. Like, you can't keep up with that either. I got pregnant with my second child. Knew that was happening. After I had her, I didn't get on any birth control. Like, none, because hormones are awful. Like, I guess some people can do them, some people can't. But hormones, they're so bad. Like, they make you grumpy. Some people, they make you gain weight. They never put, none of the birth controls ever put weight on me. Like, if I'm not pregnant, I can't gain weight. That's just what it is. 9 months after I had my second child, I got pregnant again. So after my third, they made you wait. They say you wait 8 weeks to get an IUD. And she was trying to get me to go with the Mirena, but I was like, no, I don't want to go with the Mirena. So 8 weeks later, she said, if you change your mind, you can let me know, but I'll go ahead and call you. I had to set it up to go somewhere else. And so it was time. I got it placed the last week in December. And when they were placing it, the lady, I guess, like, whatever thing that they have to put it in, they were like, they're supposed to get a certain measurement from it. So I guess, like, when they stick this thing up to your uterus, I don't know if they blow it up or expand it or whatever, but they're supposed to get a certain number. I'm gonna say 6. I don't know if that's it, but the least they can place it is if your uterus is at a 6. So 6 might be like this. Yeah.
Hi, Mom. Well, make sure to subscribe to this video and make sure to press the thumbs up and ring the bell.
She was like, okay, I'm not getting this number. I don't know if this is, she was telling me, like, this is impossible. You've had kids. I know your uterus is bigger than this. And so she thought it was like a malfunction. She got another one, and she was like, it's still coming back this same number. She said, I'm gonna place it only because you've had kids and your uterus should be bigger than this. But if this is true, and it might come out. It's gonna come out in the next week or 2. You want me to place it, or we can wait and we cannot place it? And I told her, no, go ahead and do it. Like, every day that goes by, I'm at risk. Like, put it in there. So she put it in. I didn't really, it's always a little discomfort, like something's going in your uterus. You kind of cramp up a little, but I mean, nothing that'll make me say, oh no, I'll never do this again. Like, if you can take childbirth, you can take an IUD, like, not a problem. So the time went on. It was like a few days go by, and they they tell you how to check it or whatever. So I'm checking it. They really want you to check it in the beginning, because I guess that's when most of the accidents happen, is in the beginning of your placement. So I'm checking it every day, and one day I checked it, and I'm like, whoa, these strings are long, because I got some strings that hang off of them like this. Well, I don't really know how long they are, but I think they're like this long. Like, just some clear strings that hang off of them like this size. And one day, they were like kind of long. And I'm feeling, and again, it's like, I could feel it right there at my cervix. It's like a week later. So, I had to call the doctor. The doctor said, we got to bring you in. You got to have an ultrasound. We got to see how it's in there and how we're going to get it out. And I'm like, am I safe from getting pregnant? And she's saying, technically no. Like, it should be in your uterus to prevent pregnancy. It's not in your uterus, it's stuck in your cervix. They gave me blood tests to see if I was pregnant. Ultrasounds came back, because they don't just get you in the next day. It takes a few days. So it's hanging in there for like 5 days until you get an ultrasound. Then you get your ultrasound, then you get to come back in a couple of days, and that's when they remove it. You know, it was able to be pulled back. It just pulled, it wouldn't have made any damage. So the doctor took it out, and then I go back to the doctor that placed it, and she said, you know, everything looks fine, your ultrasounds and the report, we can place it again, but if this happens again, you know, this is probably not for you. And I'm just like crossing my fingers, like, please don't come out again. So the second time I go in, and you know, they have to measure your uterus. So they measured my uterus when I had an ultrasound. They measured the size of it. And then so when I went back to get it replaced, she was like, yeah, you know, these measurements, you're measuring good. I don't know what happened the first time. So we did it again. I'm keeping up. I'm like checking it every day. But when I went in and they were measuring it, and she's saying like, there's no problems, like your numbers are good. So my mind is relaxed a little bit. But it did come out the first time, because they tell you if your body doesn't want it, then it's gonna expel it itself. So it never came out. It's been in ever since. It's been 4 years. A couple months ago made it 4 years. I don't have any mood swings or anything, because it's not a hormonal based birth control. I've had a couple pregnancy scares, and the first thing I do is get on YouTube, and like everybody gets pregnant, and like I saw a lot of people who got pregnant in their 3rd year with this IUD. And so like, I think my 3rd year I had a scare, and then like twice, but I wasn't pregnant. So I don't know what it is, because they tell you you can have lower back pain and heavy cycles with this birth control, and that is 100% true. Like my cycles, they're heavier than they were, and heavier than any other birth control out there. That negative isn't enough for me to take it out. And you have consistent periods. Like, ain't no, okay, I might have one this month, I might not. No, you will 100% guarantee you're having a cycle every 28 days. And over the 4 years that I've had it, back pain, sometimes it's like a pattern. Like a couple days before, I have this pain in my back. It's almost like a nerve pain. Not every month. A lot of people try to think that they can feel it, or anybody can feel it. No, you can't feel it. Like, what? Do you feel a baby when it's in your uterus? No. You cannot feel that. I'm glad that I found one that was for me, but the one that was for me is the one that everybody's like, no, I hate it, I wouldn't do it, don't do it. For me, the IUD was for me not to get pregnant. For other people, they don't want to get pregnant, but they don't want to have periods. So this one wouldn't be for you. So that was my experience with the Paraguard IUD. I love it. I'm 4 years in. I wouldn't change it. I'm not gonna change it until it's time, or if I want to have another child. My husband wants more kids, y'all. He wants more kids, and I'm like, ooh, we got time. We got time for that. I've been seeing like where the men can have birth control, like there's like trials for birth control for men, and it's like, well, where is that at? Because women put their bodies through so much, it's time for them to kick in. Real talk. Anyways, that was today's story time. Let me know some of y'all experiences. Hope this helped. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.